and we're here now for the start of the second week of the NRL Pre-Season Challenge right here at KO Stadium at Redcliffe, as we get to see the two teams make their first initial debuts in this pre-season competition. In being the little bit of a mess up there. There we go. The Redcliffe Dolphins as they take on the Gold Coast Titans in an all Queensland affair on the Thursday to kick off the second week, and every team competing now in the pre-season challenge. So there we are. Hello everybody. Welcome to this stream. And oh, there's a double chat box there. We'll hide that for the time being, but yeah, welcome. So we are here now. We are live for this second, essentially the second round of this entire thing. It's going to be quite interesting to see how this does play out. But yeah, we both got the stream going now. Everything seems to be working. We've actually now got a decent vertical output for anybody who is watching this throughout on short, so everything seems to be working well in that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this does play out. Obviously both teams failing to make the finals, Titans nearly getting the spoon last year, but yeah, Dolphins again twice in a row from last year and 2024. They were close, but they just couldn't get the job done into making the finals. But they certainly are going to be looking right now to see how they can get it done. So yeah, just seeing how everything is running. Hopefully it's all running perfectly smoothly. It seems to be going all right, so should be all good, should be all okay. We have a poll in the chat for anybody who wants to see who we think could possibly win this this matchup, as we'll go through the teams somewhat quickly. So I've just noticed the vertical output for some reason is not connecting somewhat with the original one. It's a little weird, but we can definitely get a try to get that working. But yeah, it's still got about 25 minutes now from the start of the match, and then we'll get into the pre-season. They'll go through the team lineups because there is a bit of a distinct team difference between both sides. So yeah, I'm just having a quick look to see what is going on here. Why is the dual output not working? Because it's a little bit weird, but yeah, for some reason, oh yeah, it's working. Yeah, sweet. Okay, all good there. Sorry about that, but yeah, so I guess without further ado, I reckon we should just straight up get into the teams, because there is some, we're going to see from the lineup, there is a bit of a distinct difference between the Gold Coast Titans and the Dolphins, and we'll just go through straight up with the showcase of doing it. So starting off, we're going to be having a look at the Dolphins lineup. That, as we're just tired that for the time being. So Jake Averillo starting fullback with Jermaine Asako and Tavita Nafahu on the wings, with Selwyn Cobbo and Brian Puniu as the centres. You've got Bradley Schneider and Isaiah Katoa as the playmakers. You've got Francis Molo and John Finianganofu as the hooker, Francis Molo and Tom Gilbert as the props, Connolly Lemieux and Oren Kelly as the second row, with Morgan Knowles as the lock. And now going through the rest of the extended bench, because we've got 28 players here for the Dolphins. Felice Kafusi, Thomas Flegler, set to make his first appearance on an NRL field for almost 2 years, I believe, because of a serious shoulder injury he had to have of nerve transplants. Very serious, but hopefully we get to see some minutes out of him. Matthew Milson, Toby Batten, Noah Fian, Elijah Runs-Musen, Lalotta Saleh, Sebastian Sua, Lewis Simmons, Callum Bowles, Sangster Vagoda, Elijah McKay, Tyrese Tate, Zach Garton, and Jack Finnegan is the lineup for the Dolphins. And now going through the slightly shorter lineup here for the Gold Coast Titans, it actually got down to 25, I believe. Initially was 26, but we'll point out the player that has gone missing. So we have Jalen de Groot at fullback, Sialetili Famani, Jalen de Groot as the fullback, Sialetili Famani and Jensen Tamapio as the wingers, Sonny Kummer and Max Fagai as the centres, Lachlan Ilias and Zane Harrison as the playmakers, Mawika Fodawaker and Cleese Haas as the centres, with Luke Summerton at hooker, Amara Howe and Adam Christensen as the second rowers, with Cooper Bye as lock. And the bench is Sam Verrills, Curtis Moran, Tsukimahia Simpkins, Kyle Pickering, Max Bradbury, Body Sharpley, Tony Francis, Danny Ramia, Phoenix Steinwide, Brenton Byra, Jet Sider, and Alan Fitzgibbon is the rest of the Gold Coast lineup. So yeah, pretty interesting teams to say the very least. Big indicator is a lot of the first grade side for the Dolphins being selected for this matchup. So it'll be interesting to see how that does play out, essentially, because it can be one of those ones where it's a little bit irky. But if we're going into the sports bet odds, it's $1.21 for the Dolphins to take this game out, and it's $4.30 for the Gold Coast win. So it's kind of showing of which side picked the stronger team, because I mean, you're just seeing just how it is right there and then, because it's just been a bit mental. But yeah, this match is going to be quite hard to tell, to be honest, with how this will go. We're still about 22 minutes away from the start of this one, but yeah, initially with the Titans, they did name 26 players. I'm just trying to figure out exactly where the initial change was. It was the number 16, but I'm currently blanking on what his name was because it was taken out of the squad. But there was 26, but it's now 25. So, oh, is that a hello from Peter? Yeah, for some, just going to have a quick look here. Our chat box should be up and running. Yeah, for some reason that didn't initially pop up, but yeah, there we are. Everything's kind of tweaked out now because I'm trying to get everything sorted for the start of this match. But obviously, been an interesting couple of days in terms of the rugby league sphere. Obviously, the big one being, of course, Payne Haas, or now going by Hakeem Haas, is now going to be playing for South Sydney, which is it's that mental. But yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this does end up playing out for both sides. Yeah, the Titans now just getting ready. They're on the field here. This is at KO Stadium. This realistically should just be where the Dolphins play. I understand there's this whole ground share thing with like, I understand it's like we're getting pretty close to that point, but it's just, you know, like, I guess it would be cool to see what is up. The weather is starting to rain, so this could be a bit of a factor to a bit of a wet and wild affair. That was meant to be on purpose of a you know, one of those whatever. I actually don't have an amusement park thing, especially with the Gold Coast playing in that. But this will certainly be really, really interesting, and just getting ready now for the start of the match. But obviously recommitting there for Tivasa Malawi. He is not playing tonight, so that is another interesting element in that one. Okay, so the chats are blended, I've just seen. So, right, okay, so it's kind of two separated, which is a little bit of a comparison because I've actually now got a proper dual output. So you've got the horizontal one here, and now you've got a proper vertical one for shorts. So it is a little bit weird to get my head around because it's a little bit meshed in that. So hello to everybody on either one, on being either in the short or the horizontal format. It's a little bit confusing. So hopefully the chats do sync up well so I can kind of just get them addressed and whatnot. So yeah, this is certainly going to be... This is certainly an interesting sort of matchup. Winston! That was... I just saw Winston. Winston mentioned. They're talking about how local clubs are going to be showing the Origin. Not Origin, the goddamn... a Vegas match. We just saw Winston Neville. That was just him. He was spotted. So there you go. But yeah, we've got about 17 minutes now remaining from the start of the matchup. I guess going through the previous matches that happened in the pre-season challenge, being of course Dolphins, not Dolphins, the Bulldogs, Cowboys, and Knights Dragons. Really weird sort of showing for the Cowboys because they named a pretty strong team in comparison to the Dogs, who really had a lot of their young players out. But man, Cowboys really almost lost that game. Although the Knights and Dragons had very similar lineups. Knights realistically should have won, but they just couldn't put it away. It's like they were 20-18, and a massive intercept swung momentum completely in the way towards St. George. So I'm pretty certain in terms of ladder contingency, it is in fact the what do you call it? It is the Dolphins, not the Dolphins. What am I keep saying? I think it's the Dragons and the Cowboys tie, but I believe the Dragons, because they had a bigger score line, should be the ones who are ahead currently, I believe. So yeah, shouldn't be too weird, but yes. So just getting ready now for about 15 to go. We'll go through the teams one more time before the start of the match. And I should just state, yeah, there's no game footage, unfortunately, because rugby league, the whole thing is just with copyright, it's going to be a pretty darn serious issue, unfortunately. So yeah, it's just going to be how it is, unfortunately. But just trying to find the correct thumbnail so we can just whack that on the shorts, because we're almost there. We're 15 away from the start. Yeah, shout out to James. Yeah, anyone who's free to vote in the poll. I don't know if it works vertically, so I'm not 100% sure. If you have thoughts on how this match will go, let me know, because this is quite interesting, because obviously the market's very much pointing towards a distinct win for the Dolphins because of just how strong of a team they've named in comparison to the Titans. So yeah, it's gonna be hard to tell with this. So we'll just not know. But yeah, the weather's a bit indecisive, to say the very least. Yeah, just having a quick look here, and I've just realised that that none of the tags have been copied over, so we're just going to quickly do that, because that's would be pretty darn important to get that one sorted. But yeah, yeah, it's going to be quite. So the Dolphins now, they're talking to their coach at the moment, but it's just Dolphins are looking like looking a very interesting place, because I think I'd put the Dolphins in like 11th or something. I have them missing the finals, but it's because it's just they're knocking on the door, and it's just whether or not they've actually done enough to say get them on the bench. Because I just feel like a lot of teams below them have done a lot better recruitment, but I'll let me prove wrong. But then again, this match probably isn't the best sort of scenario in a sense of this being the way to get it getting it done. But I mean, you just don't know. Okay, we got our first vote in, and it is the Dolphins saying that it'll be a Dolphins victory, which, I mean, to be fair, yeah, I mean, with the strength of the Dolphins side that they've named, it is certainly not a shocking prediction, to say the very least. But yeah, it's a you just never know with this type of match. I mean, we saw Cowboys named a very solid, pretty much essentially somewhat of their first team against the Dogs, and we saw how much the Dogs just completely ran rush shot in the second half and just got them in. So you just don't really know. You just don't know. But yeah, this is going to be one of those type matches. I don't know if the poll pops up for both of them, but I guess we'll just they'll just see. I'm just trying to like inspect both sort of streams and make sure everything is working well. Yep. Because it just could be something we do down the line more so, and so yeah, okay, we're just waiting now. We've got about under 10 minutes remaining until both teams come out onto the field. But I guess we could just do a quick sort of who we think could be sort of the main players to look at for both teams. If we like have a look at the Dolphins, sorry. Obviously Selwyn Cobbo at centre, first hit out for his new club. It's going to be rather interesting to see. I'm excited to see if Flegler comes onto the field, because I mean, first match in about 2 years is a very important thing to see, and could be just, could hit the ground running, could take a little bit of time, but I guess it's just really interesting to see how Flegler does go. I mean, of course, you got Isaiah Katoa. I mean, if anything, arguably the best halfback in terms stats-wise for the NRL. So you just got to think there could be a possibility he could get the job done and maybe get pulled up as the Blues halfback, which would be, I guess, in a sense, a little bit rogue if that does end up happening. But I mean, you've got a possibility where it could happen. You just don't know. Like, it could, but it couldn't. It's all rudimentary. You're not really sure, but yeah, I guess you just don't know. Going into the the bloody away side for the Gold Coast Titans. Ilias will be interesting to see how he goes. Obviously, now at the Titans, following his him leaving South, so it'll be interesting. Cleese Haas, I mean, I'm expecting him very much to step up big here in this type of season as well. Could we see him play for Queensland? Who knows? No, Cleese Haas wouldn't be Queensland. He'd be Blues. There we go. He could be a New South Welshman. Because I'm pretty certain, yeah. But then again, I'm pretty certain the Blues team... I'm pretty certain the Haas family moved quite early. But I'm pretty certain Cleese would be eligible for New South Wales. Right, he's actually... Okay, so it turns out he's eligible for both New South Wales and Queensland. So that's a pretty interesting decision. So in Junior League, he played for the Nerang Roosters. So it's from around the Gold Coast. So realistically, he could play for Queensland, but does say that he is eligible for both teams. So just got about 8 minutes remaining until the start of this matchup. So yeah, we're just now getting through this, but yeah, I mean, Cleese Haas, if the Titans were to somehow, I guess, win this game, will very much be one of the main stalwarts. But I mean, with the way the Dolphins are lining up, this should realistically be a Dolphins win. Because it just, I mean, it's hard to explain because it's just like you see this lineup with the 25 players, because it was 26 but now it's 25, in comparison to the starting lineup that the Dolphins have in this. There's like here or down there depending on where you're looking. It's just, you just expect the Dolphins to do well and bit run rush shot. I guess a lot more subs are going to happen, but yeah, does anyone bold enough to put in a specific scoreline for this matchup? Do we just see the Dolphins running rampant? Yes, or it could be closer than we think, in a similar way to how the the previous match, the Bulldogs and the Cowboys were, because you just don't know. It's one of those you never know type things, and that's kind of the way you need to do it. Type of matches. So I guess we could just start transitioning over to that. Okay, we'll hide that in horizontal. We should be all good on both fronts. There we go. We've got the scoreline going and everything, so we should be all right. So yeah, so we're just now waiting. It'll be very interesting. I've said that a lot this stream to start off, because it's always good to keep repeating yourself. But now we're just now waiting for the start of the matchup. In terms of a poll, I think I've gone missing from where I should be looking, which is a bit annoying. Let me have a quick... 3 votes now. I know one person who did vote was tipping the Dolphins. Let's see if it's all consistent. Priscia, what up, my man? However you're watching this, whether it's vertical or horizontal, nice to see. I think this one is the one that has the dual stream. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we've got 2 votes who have swung it the other way. It is a 67% think the Titans will get the victory here. So that's going to be an exciting thing if the Titans are able to get this result. Who is? Do I know Contol? You better not sus me. But no, I'm not familiar. Unless, if I could just go quickly through one of the teammate players, Contol. Yeah, but I'm not familiar, unfortunately. But just a bit of a reminder, since we're coming into the last couple of minutes, there's no game footage that's going to be shown either way because they'll come after me if they do. So yeah, unfortunately, there just really isn't going to be a way to showcase this. The crowd is out in Forza Stadium now, so just only a couple of minutes away from the start of the match. There, what's up? Said I. Yeah, I did see your messages, Peter. Good to see you. But yeah, it is a little interesting on seeing how this goes. This Mr. Tank Dingo. What is up? What is up, man? Good to see. To see from the Dolphins win. Yeah, this is going to be I mean, you see the absolute lineup that the Dolphins have. It is just, it's a quite a scary team. But I mean, a lot of youngsters to prove themselves in the Titans side. You just don't know. I mean, we saw with last week with the Bulldogs Cowboys, and I've mentioned it a few times, but it just shows like realistically the Cowboys should have won by a considerable margin, but the Bulldogs just came out of that second half. So I believe it should be 50-50 split. It is a 50-50 split. This is an exciting time. Finn should win easy, but maybe they only play their top guys for the first 40. That's what I would assume because they have got 28 players on their bench while the Titans only have 25. They did have 26, but one player did get taken out. So, yeah, it should be one of those. Could be one of those ones where you just never really know with how these this team will be lining up. So, all right. So people are expecting the saying in terms of the commentary. What is this? Tommy with the smiley. Flagler back is so good. Hope it goes well for him, eh? Yeah, it's over 2 years. But it's great to see Titans now walking out on the field at KO Stadium. I'm excited to see how Cleese Haas goes because we did make the discovery a couple of minutes ago in terms of Origin eligibility is basically he can play for either one. I'll be able to play it live. Unfortunately, Turbo, I can't show any of the game footage on YouTube. Unfortunately, if you want to look somewhere, possibly look for Kick. I think they're a bit less lenient. They're more lenient with copyright, so that's probably best to watch it there. But unfortunately, I'm not able to. I need to properly sort out possibly maybe a Discord or something to actually stream that game because I've now got the technical capabilities to now do something like that. So, the trumpet is now sounding. I know the Dolphins have got like this trumpet thing. I don't know where it started, but I mean, fair enough. It's like Poseidon and that. And out come the Dolphins now onto their spiritual home of Redcliffe Stadium, or KO Stadium in Redcliffe. There we go. The trumpet boy is out of breath. And it's lovely to see that he's there. That is, out of breath. I mean, the Dolphins, they did say the crowd for this was sort of near sold out. But yeah, Selwyn Cobbo getting his first hit out as a Dolphin. I'm excited to see how he does go because, I mean, he could be an absolute brilliant thing. Could be something that puts them over the edge into making the finals. So, by the way it is looking, it looks like the Titans will be receiving the ball first. No, I am wrong. Morgan Knowles, 8 tries for St. Helens last season. He's an English lad. Okay, we're getting ready now for the kickoff. Titans are kicking off, so the Dolphins will get first possession of the ball. Titans are running screen right. Okay, and the poll's just about to end. Yeah, Finn's Socials chucked up a sold-out graphic today. traffic could still be a bit of a pain. There we go, kick-off, and we are underway for the start of week 2 of the pre-season challenge. As that's Francis Moller who takes the first hit up and gets brought down inside of the 15 for the very first tackle. And that's going to be... That's only smaller ground, but sold out for a pre-season game is crazy. I mean, yeah, it's his spiritual home. As the Dolphins now enter the 30. Going a bit up the Gutmans, that's Morgan Knowles getting his first hit up. Ending the poll there. Dolphins just edging it out for a 60-40% advantage. So, yeah, there we go, and we're probably underway. Dolphins just shy of halfway for the 4th tackle, and Gilbert gets on to the just on the Titans 40 here for the 4th tackles. We're now 50 seconds gone into this match. Obviously, you can see the soccer outlines as the Dolphins take the kick, and it's taken by the number 5 of the Gold Coast Titans in Tamapia, who will get brought down on the 10-metre line for the first tackle for the Gold Coast. Big rushing charge there has shut down the number 4, Max Fagai, inside the 15 now for the second. And there's an immediate impact here. It must be an incorrect play of the ball, and the Dolphins will get a scrum feed 15 metres away from the try line, an immediate chance to get on the board. And no scrum. They're just going for the play of the ball, which will be interesting to see how this goes. How can I watch this for free? Luca, let me... Unfortunately, you might need to look for a stream, unfortunately, because KO's the only way to watch it. There's a ruck infringement here, right on the try line here for the Gold Coast. Morgan Knowles almost going over the line. And Morgan Knowles has claimed a knock on, so the Titans have survived here. And it's going to be a changeover on the try line. Yeah, it's only on KO this game, unfortunately, Luca. So it's... Maybe look at kick. Maybe someone's streaming that there. That's probably going to be the best bet. But yeah, not a lot of games on Channel 9. I think the only one that I know is on Channel 9 this week would be the All-Stars match on the Sunday, which you can watch for free. So scrum feed now for the Gold Coast on the 10. And it's the number 12 there for the Titans. It's Adam Christensen who gets brought down on the 15. So 5 line breaks, 10 offloads are the bonus points for this matchup. Bit of a solid defensive line here for the Dolphins. Titans now 4th tackle. They've only got up to their 40, so only about 30 metres gained this set. But that's an important set restart here, as it's the number 9 of Luke Summerton gets brought down just shy of halfway for the first tackle. So a good chance here for the Titans to get in good field position as Mawika Fodawaker picks it up 45 away from the try line, now inside the Dolphins half for the first time. And the Titans going up the guts here. They're brought down 35 away now from the try line. 3rd tackle in the centre of the field. Titans now shifted off to the right-hand side. And it's the number 13 of Cooper Bye. 25 out, 4th tackle. Titans now shifting it off to the left-hand side. There's an option of a pass to the wing as Christensen gets brought down just about 15 out from the try line. Last tackle for the Gold Coast as we're just about 4 minutes gone in this first half. Kick off to the right-hand side, up in the air. It's battered. That should be a set restart, and it is. It was a knock. Wait, hang on. What? The Titan? They're saying the Dolphins didn't play at it, but Selwyn Cobbo played at it. I have no idea how the hell that wasn't considered played at, because Selwyn Cobbo straight up battered it. So, in all honesty, I reckon, yeah, the Titans should have challenged that. That's a bit weird, but anyways, the Dolphins now inside the 30 for the second tackle, and there's a ruck infringement there. Pass there to Poniu, looked a little forward, but first tackle now on the Dolphins 40. Francis Molo now gets brought down on halfway here for the second tackle, more central. But scarily flat ball, trying to open a gap as that's Gilbert, who gets brought down on the Titans 40 now, and that's the number 9 of Finnegan up the guts here. Some of these passes you got to say here. Now, Avarillo, 20 metres out from the try line now for the Dolphins. Last tackle, they'll go to the right-hand side. Katoa goes for a kick. It's a chip up in the air, and it's taken well there by Jalen de Groot, who gets brought down inside the 10 for the first tackle for the Gold Coast. Yeah, this is going to be, I think, the issue here for the Titans if they are to win this game, is the Dolphins just getting more meters per set. And I feel like the Gold Coast need to be a little bit lucky in this match. As even still, the Titans not getting that much through their sets of fourth tackle. They're in just on the 35. They've only made 25 meters so far this set on the fourth tackle. But they go more forward here, and it's a good run. Just shy of halfway now for the last tackle for the Gold Coast. Long take for a kick, and they kick it to the right-hand side. And it's going to be pressure taken there by Nafahu. And he gets brought down on the 10-meter line for the first tackle for the Gold Coast. Tackle by the Gold Coast, but it's the first tackle for the Dolphins. As Selwyn Cobbo gets the second tackle brought down on the Dolphins 20, as we are now. This is a little bit behind because we are about 6 or 7 minutes. That wasn't meant to be on purpose. I'm not trying to be like one of these, but Dolphins now going down the sideline. Almost a good fend, but Avarilla gets brought down just shy of halfway for the fourth tackle. They'll spread it more down to the centre of the field as Knowles gives a little bit of a hospital pass there to Francis Molo, who gets brought down just inside of the Gold Coast half. And it's finged off to Katoa for the last tackle kick. And it's going to go over to the left-hand side again, but this time it is Talmapia brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle for the Gold Coast. They'll spread it more down into the middle because that's really just all it's been sort of for the Gold Coast, is just spreading it up the guts. I guess it's their first match of the year. A little bit cagey from both sides. There's Famani, gets brought down past the 40 for the third tackle. So this is a much better set here by the Gold Coast in their attack. Cooper by right on halfway for the fourth tackle. Doing a bit of one-upmans, so got an offload off there by the Gold Coast, and they're trying to find somewhere to break. It's the number 12 of Christensen. He gets brought down 35 away from the try line, and this will be the last tackle for the Gold Coast. It's a good chase on the left-hand side here, as it's going to be Avarillo trying to take, and Avarillo grabs it well and brought down on the 15 for the first tackle for the Dolphins. As we're now 8 minutes gone in this. I don't understand why the score is 2 minutes behind. That's just, it's a little weird. We're just going to try to reload that. Oh, and there's a big chance here for the Gold Coast. There's a knock-on in the play there. It's Nafahu trying to get up, but bobbles the ball. And it's a chance here now for the Dolphins to... No, it's a chance for the Gold Coast. My apologies. Yeah, he's just bobbled that ball there. So chance here for the Gold Coast to get first try of this matchup. It's about 20 away. So this is the first real attack here of either matches. They're showing Josh Hannay, the new Titans coach. And here's the run play here, as that's Max Fagai brought down 15 away from the try line here for the first tackle for the Gold Coast, as we're now 9 minutes gone, as it's now just properly updated. Cleese Haas now getting held up, 10 away from the try line, second tackle. Titans now spreading it to the right-hand side, but the last pass just goes begging. They get held up 5 away now, third tackle for the Gold Coast. Being held up, and I think it's the number... Fodawaker close there. Fourth tackle now right on the try line. They're knocking on the door here, the Gold Coast. Dummy half gets caught out now. About 3 minutes away from the try line. Last tackle for the Gold Coast. They'll spread it out to the left. They've got numbers if they want to go for a pass all the way out to the wing. Unfortunately, the Dolphins players there. It's a good offload. A grubber kick into the center of the field. And that is a brilliant try for the Titans. Number 6 there, Lachlan Ilias. gets the first try, and that's just brilliant. I thought the pass out to the wing was a little too early, but it was a great move to draw in the defender and get an offload off, and then they just grab a kick it from the sideline into the centre and right into the hands of Lachlan Ilias, who gets the first try, and it's 4-0 to the Gold Coast with a kick to come. That's just a good bit of play, and it's great awareness there by Lachlan Ilias. He just gets the ball and just towers it over. There we go, 4-0 to the Gold Coast Titans. That's just impressive. That's just a brilliant looking try. It's good offload. Good grubber. Try confirmed. There's nothing wrong with the try at all. Just a beautiful looking try. Yeah, questions are raised on Avarillo's positioning because just a big gap just opened up for the Dolphins in their gap, and they just couldn't be able to stop the charging run of Lachlan Ilias. But that's just brilliant. Yeah, I mean, you just cannot complain about that. It's just brilliant play. And now the conversion attempt from the sideline here for the number 7 is Shane Harrison, and he slices it wide. So it will remain 4-0 as we're now 11 and a half minutes gone in this matchup. But it's just a good little bit of play, you know. It's just, and that's also a crucial thing, is this little eyes up footy, being aware of your surroundings, and that's what Lachlan Ilias has done. I mean, it's just lovely to see. Would have been interesting to see how much the price would have been for to go to this game, because I know some trial tickets have been a bit ridiculous, as the Titans now get the first hit up from that try, and they get brought down on the 20 for the first tackle. So, Dolphins a little bit stunned here, but I mean, it's good eyes up footy. Dolphins here now trying to hold him back as the Titans now, Moika Fodawaker charging for it. He just is an absolute beast at post-contact meters now. 15 meters now over the halfway on the fourth tackle. And there's number 13 of Bai, who gets brought down 35 away from the try line. This will be a last tackle kick. It's a high bomb around the 10 in the middle. Avarillo's come up and he's coughed it up. And it's now a full set of 6. Here's a chance they could stone it near the full set. As Sonny Karma gets brought down 5 meters away from the try line. 0 tackle here for the Titans. And the Titans could now go 2 tries ahead. Run up the guts down the middle there is Cleese Haas. 5 short. It's another set restart. So this is very much a big chance here for the Titans. Moika Fodawaker gets an offload off. Lads, it's the 0 tackle. You don't need to be doing all this. I appreciate this, bro. No worries, Stephen. Appreciate you being here. But first tackle now. 5 out in the centre of the field. A dump to the right. Cooper Bai gets held up and dragged back. He did go over the line. But the Titans again knocking on the doorstep. Flat ball out to Moika Fodawaker. Does he get the ball down? They're celebrating like he has. The whistle goes and it's 8-0. They might just have to have a little, maybe a potential little check to see if the ball gets down on the line. But the way the Titans are celebrating, and now the fact they've awarded it, it's a big chance to keep it. And just like that, 8-0 to the Titans with... And bearing in mind, the Titans were paying $4.30 earlier on. And oh my dear, there's a lot of crimson there by one of the Dolphins players. That's a lot of blood. He's probably got a cut right around here. Just gushing blood. But as you see Avarillo going up for the kick and he coughs it up. And just immediately the Titans with another set. Just trying to figure out who the player is. I think it might be Morgan Knowles who's cut open. But yeah, just flat ball out Moika Fodawaker. Oh, it's an immediate one too. That might be... He might have gotten stitches there prior. Yeah, it's the number 13 for Morgan Knowles, the former St. Helens player. It's an immediate head clash, and it's split open immediately. But yeah, Moika, he has to get the try down there in between his legs. Kick is now right in front, so this should be 10-0 to the Gold Coast Titans. 14 minutes gone in this matchup, straight between the sticks, and that is 10-0 to the Gold Coast. As Morgan Knowles getting wrapped up, because he must have gotten a stitch in that similar positioning, because that was like head clash, immediate bleeding. And Moika Fodawaker actually is 10 matches away from tying the record for most games from a Titans player. Or most games for the Titans. Don't know why this isn't up. There we go. It's now fully updated. It is now 10-0 to the Gold Coast. But you got to say, it's really interesting. And there's the kickoff, and we are back underway here with the Titans getting the ball. And I got to say, and I've got to be admitting, this is perplexing, and I'm shocked. That's a high shot, and it's an immediate penalty now for the Titans. The Dolphins are just, I don't know what's going on. Because bearing in mind, this is predominantly their first team. It's Tom Gilbert who's given the high shot there, I guess, trying to kickstart momentum in this team because nothing's happening. And there's the deep kick by the number 7 of Zane Harrison, and it'll be taken on the Titans 40 for the start of the new set. But you got to say, this is exciting to see by the Gold Coast. This is good. I like seeing it. So that is the number 10 Cleese on halfway, and they're trying to get an offside here for a set restart, and it's worked. So this will, I believe it worked, but it must have been a warning. So second tackle, 40 away from the try line. As Moika Fodawaker goes through again, brought down on the Dolphins 30 here for the third tackle. Gold Coast now trying to find a way to go, spreading it out to the right here. As that's the number 3 of Sonny Kummer. 15 away from the try line now, fourth tackle. The Titans will just take this one more so centrally as Cleese Haas tries to go for a gap. They get an offload going, and they're going to try to score on this set here. Nearly a bobble there, but almost a knock-on, but they held on here, 5 metres out. Last tackle here for the Gold Coast. They go for a little grubber. It's a little bit too heavy, but it is taken by a Dolphins player, and it's Brad Schneider who gets wrapped up, and it'll be a goal line dropout by the Dolphins. This has been brilliant football by the Gold Coast. Josh Hannay working his magic. It's just brilliant. It's just nice to see good eyes up footy. But here we go. Chance here to possibly swing the momentum for a short drop kick. They've gone for a short grubber type of one, like a squib, to force a knock on. As Fodawaker picks up and gets brought down 25 away from the try line for the first tackle, which was something I thought about in my head and not told anybody, so I can't claim genius of it. But it's like, yeah, just squib it at someone and see if they try to knock it on. But 15 out now for the second tackle for the Titans. Can they go and make it 14-0? They keep going. They're trying to get to the right-hand side here. And it's a run here. Oh, he's almost broken through. He has. Just short of the line there. Around Macau. Now pass through. There's a massive gap open up. Cooper Bly almost diving over there. Fourth tackle now. They're knocking on the door again, the Gold Coast. They're spreading it out quick to the left. Couldn't get another offload off, and it'll be wrapped up now. 5 metres out. Last tackle for the Titans. We're now at 17.5 gone in this first half. Titans again go down the short side. They're trying to figure out what they can do. They can't get an offload off. And it will be a changeover, and the Dolphins survive. But the Dolphins look knackered. Avarillo almost harking up a lung. But yeah, I think this is a big defensive set. The Gold Coast is one of the favourites for Wood and Spoon. I mean, good morning as well, Rugby League history. Good to see. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but I mean, they're all right at this point. But yeah, they definitely would be high up on. I think they were my favourites to get the Spoon as well. No, it's 10-0, also a trial. It is very true. But yeah, good to hear from you, man. But yeah, it's going to be hard to say what does happen for the rest of the season. But Titans have got some good young players, I suppose. Last tackle kick here from Isaiah Katoa, just shy of halfway. It's a bomb. It'll be taken by Jalen de Groot, and it'll get wrapped up on the Titans 20 for the first tackle. Now 18 and a half gone in this first half, and Dolphins just not really finding a way into this match as of yet. Still, they've got 28 players to do it though. So Max Fagai just shy. I think it was 2013. Para won both their trials convincingly, but came out dead last when it counted. Yeah, I think it was like... it's a bit weird about how the trials worked in the false hope. I mean, the Knights usually go mid at best in their trials, so I guess it's sort of balanced opinion. Last tackle kick 35 hours. The Titans are rushing Averillo, but he does make the catch and get brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle for the Dolphins. I think it was also a year, it might be 2019, we lost to the Mounties with the full-strength team of the trial and came 5th that year. I guess it kind of gives them the way of like, oh, we can't be worse than this. So I guess it steals into the mentality. You got to lose to win, I suppose. Dolphins now just on halfway now for the 4th tackle. Set restart though. Great chance here for the Dolphins to try to get points on the board as the rain. It is very humid up in our southeast Queensland, so we're getting some rain now. So 30 out now. Second tackle for the Dolphins. There's a bit more central here as Isaiah Katoa. Try to get an offload off. He does now, but a little bit later than he wanted to. Averillo gets brought down 25 out now, as we're now 25 away from the try line. They'll spread it off to the left-hand side. Katoa flings it out. That's a great bat-on pass to the wing, and the Titans are trying to stop. Oh, he's lost the ball. Nafahu thought it was a try, but he's coughed it up just before the ground. He bounces about like a metre before the line, and unfortunately loses possession of it, but that's some good signs there by the Dolphins of trying to get some points on the board. Yeah, because he reaches out for it. The ball then hits about a metre before, and then it just coughs up beforehand. So maybe if he was just like a couple of centimetres more forward, that would be a try. But yeah, unfortunately, close chance there for the number 5 for the Dolphins. He grounds it, but then pops it out. So he's just a metre short. Very close. And we're actually getting a drinks break. I mean, it does make sense. It's been humid as bollocks in some bits of Australia. Especially where I've been at, it's been warm as all hell. But I mean, the Titans still 10-0 up. So we're now at the drinks break. For those who are just checking in and thinking, what's going on? It's Titans 10-0 with tries to Mawika Fodawaker and Lachlan Ilias. I guess we'll just have a quick look at the stats here in terms of the bonus points, because you need 5+ tries, 5+ line breaks, and 10+ offloads. So just go quickly through the team stats, if it will allow me. Titans have got 5 offloads to the Dolphins, none. So if the Titans were to win this, they could have a possibility of getting all of their bonuses. Just trying to see if there's any more in terms of the line breakers. The Titans now get the ball from the scrum. It's 1 each in the line breaks. So the Titans now back with the ball as they're just shy of the 30 for the second tackle. Now 19 minutes remaining in this first half. I think a couple of changes have been made, so I guess we can start seeing some of the evening out here. As you're seeing, yep, some of the Dolphins players have come in. For example, the one who just made that tackle, Elijah Mackay, the number 25. But again, a good, decent Positioning set here, 45 away from the try line for the Titans, and it's a kick off to the right, and it's to Avarillo. And Avarillo gets brought down on the 20-metre line for the first tackle for the Dolphins. I definitely think it's key here the Dolphins get a try to make it at least, at worst, a 4-point gap. Or even 6 to some extent, because it could still be pretty well. Who will score next? Cade Mills. It's hard to say because the Titans have had most of the momentum, but it has been a little bit more evening out. I guess with the changes, I think we might see the Dolphins get first points. If I had to pick, fourth tackle here for the Dolphins is Cobbo on the field. Stephen, he definitely did start. They did make a couple of changes following the drinks break. So I'm just trying to have a little peek. I do believe Cobbo might be off the field. And there's the kick taken by the Titans inside the 10 for the first tackle. I believe he has subbed off. Titans are kind of bullying the Dolphins. They kind of are a little bit. There's been... I mean, with like Mawika Fodawaker's try running straight into Morgan Knowles and just... It's like, don't argue, mate. Essentially... As Morgan Knowles is now off the field with a someone's one leg of a step ones on his head. But good defensive set here by the Dolphins, keeping the Titans at bay here. Titans only getting about 25 metres for that entire set before kicking. And this will be the kick by the Gold Coast. The Titans got the ball, they've just kicked, so the Avarillo's just caught it for the Dolphins. On the 10-metre line, he's running centrally. He's trying to find a gap. He skips out on another tackle. That's a little bit of a high shot. He's still going here, Avarillo. There's no tackle that's been done. Run down the wing, and that's stopped there. First tackle for the Dolphins now, just inside of the Titans' half. So great run there by Jake Avarillo. As you've got the number 2 Jermaine Asako now, 35 away from the try line. Second tackle for the Dolphins there, and they're going to spread it out to... No, Cobbo is on the field. He was on the wrong wing. It was the other centre that got taken off. So, Stephen is still on the field. And you got number 8 of Francis Mollo charging through the middle here. About 15 away from the try line now. Fourth tackle. Dolphins spread it now middle. Katoa. Flat ball there to the number 21 of Sebastian Sewer. 5 out. Last tackle for the Dolphins. Katoa. Flings it out to the right. That should be a pass on. That's a try as it's Jermaine Asako. No, they're going to review this. What are they reviewing? Are they saying no try? What are they looking at? They're looking at a forward pass. But here we go. Review here for the Dolphins to see if they've possibly got their first points on the board. It does, or does it perpetuate forward here? Because there was a pass, and the number 25 here for the Dolphins, Mackay, does touch it. So it is perpetually going forward. So unfortunately, the try will not count. It's classified as a knock-on. So, watched a chance there by the Dolphins, but there is good signs, at least, because of the possibility of Avarillo scoring. But the Gold Coast Titans will get the ball on their 10-metre line as we're now 15 minutes 43 remaining in this first half. Again, this is second Dolphins. But yeah, the Dolphins definitely brought on more of their reserve players now for this bit of the match. I think the Titans may have had a couple as the Titans now big drag back there. It's number 13 of Cooper Bye. Back to his 30-metre line for the fourth tackle. As definitely the Dolphins have now brought on a lot of their bench here to freshen up because defense has been a little lackluster, but they've held the Titans back into their own half as the last tackle kick. And it's going to be taken by Jake Averillo. And Averillo will get brought down inside of the 30 for the first tackle as we're now into the final 15 minutes of this first half as Cobbo gets brought down just shy of the 40 for the second tackle. And it's the number 5 there of Nafahu. Gets brought down just shy of halfway for the third tackle. Now we're going to the number 19 of Rasmussen, who goes through and is on the Titans 40 now for the fourth tackle. And there's a charge down the right-hand side. Oh, it's a bat to pass back. It will get picked up by Jermaine Asako, but they've been forced to go back about 10 metres. Back on the halfway now for the last tackle. Katoa with an interesting kick. Picked up by the Titans on their 20. Oh, it was like a knee to the gut there by Owen Keeley. But the Dolphins trying to keep the Titans back as the Titans got all the way to the 30 for the first tackle. They're knocking on the door of their 40 for the second as they going a bit one-up. Means they're starting to get a bit tired here, the Titans. Not as many players wanting to run to the line. As they're now past halfway now, the Gold Coast for the fourth tackle as they're trying to get some middling field position. But here we go, 40 metres out now from the try line. Last tackle for the Gold Coast. They'll fling it out as there is a kick aiming to the right-hand side of the field. A lot of pressure, and that's just great running pressure by the Titans. Oh, it's a high shot anyway, so I spoke too early. And it's a penalty to the Dolphins. But I mean, there was a good charge down there by the Gold Coast. Oh, bit of a hit into him. Yeah, a bit of a shoulder to the head there. It's the number 11 of Aaron Mahau, who gave away the penalty there. Kick not really too far. Who scored first for the Titans? Maxwell, it was Lachlan Ilias who got the first try. And it was Mawika Fodawaker who got the second. So far, only 2 penalties so far this game, so it's actually been quite clean as we're now just over 12 minutes remaining as the Dolphins now just shy of their 40-metre line for the second tackle. Titans are spread really compact here in the middle, and they're spreading it out to the wing. The Dolphins is now Asako gets a bit of metres here, and he's now 35 metres away from the try line for the third tackle, so good decent chance here for Averillo trying to find a gap. Gets brought down on the Titans 30, and it's a knock-on. Big tackle there is by Adam Christensen, who has forced a mistake for the Titans from the Dolphins. That makes sense. He lost that. Seems to be like one of the Titans players. They're doing a little bit like digging at the ball a little bit to try to make it look like a knock-on. It's seen a couple of times it's happened this match. Hane being a little sneaky. But anyways, scrum feed for the Titans on their own 30-metre line. 11 minutes remaining in this first half. And honestly, I'll take it as an absolute win if the Titans keep it 10-0 going to the half. But yeah, it's 6 errors by the Dolphins to the Titans 1. 10 out of 16 completions for the Dolphins. It's not the greatest of halves of football here by the Dolphins, but the Titans keep going because the Titans haven't really gone into their sub coffers yet. But if they do, could be an interesting sight to see. As we've got the number 17 here for the Titans, Kuamika Simpkins, on halfway for the third tackle. 10.5 now remaining. I got Storm winning the grand final. Who you got? Hard to say, Drizzy Goat. I reckon I can't give you who would win the grand final, but I reckon a Broncos Bulldogs grand final could be insane here. Titans now trying to charge through the line. Possible obstruction there, but Jalen de Groot is breaking through tackles for fun, and he gets brought down 10 metres away from the try line now. Last tackle for the Titans. They'll go the short hand side, go for the grubber kick. It's been coughed up, and it's been picked up by the Dolphins, Sebastian Su'a, and he's been dragged back. Oh, it's a knock-on by the Dolphins. And it's Man, the Titans are just having a good bit of runs, but Jalen DeGroot breaking tackles easily. But here we go. I think it's either going to be... I don't think it's a goal line dropout, so I think it's a scrum 10 metres out from the try line for the Gold Coast. I like Storm Eels, Roosters, Dolphins in the Final Four. That would be very exciting. But yeah, I think Brisbane Bulldogs would be a mental grand final. Here we go. Scrum feed, 10 metres out, 9.5 to go. The Titans have a chance to extend their lead. For Arnie. Oh, and he's lost the ball straight away, trying to get an offload off. You don't need to be doing all that. It's only the first tackle, mate. Loose ball, unfortunately, there by the Titans, and that chance goes Becky, unfortunately. He tries to get an offload off, and the ball just plummets to the ground. Just guess level. Let's go. Looking forward to the NRL this season. Eels will be good. I think they should make the finals this year. The Haas pairing of Moses and Pezzett will be really interesting. But yeah, I'll say Brisbane win it this year. One last hurrah for like Reynolds and Hakeem Haas before Haas goes to the Rabbitohs. And yes, I didn't realise he actually officially changed his name. And I was like, oh, it sounds like something like we do because I know like a lot of Muslim players in sports do change their names, because you had like Muhammad Ali from Cassius Clay and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's like, oh, so is Payne Haas Muslim? Yeah, he is. he converted when he was 19, so I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Surely Payne's got to be like his nickname, but still, because I think people probably might still call him Payne Haas. But the Dolphins now, 8 minutes remaining, fourth tackle, they're on to their 40, but the Titans are just holding them back. Yeah, Payne definitely. Hakeem Payne Haas. PNG Cooper by go Titans. There's a catch right on the line there. Very close to. I think he was trying to plant his foot to catch it out on the full. Oh, massive knock on here by the Titans. But it's a penalty to the Gold Coast for offside. I mean, that knock on would have been 20 metres out, so that would have been a huge chance for the Dolphins to get points on the board, but Titans getting lucky there. There we go. You've got on the field, on the sideline, Tom Flegler looking about. Titans are kind of bossy. They're kind of going all right here. So Jalen DeGroot's just gone for a very awkward catch. I thought he was trying to put his foot out to catch it, but there's the number 17 for the Titans, is Tamika Simpkins. Flegler still waiting to possibly get on the field for his first time in 2 years. He had like nerve therapy, and like my brother who does like physiotherapy stuff talking like, oh, like that's like really serious. Which kind of makes sense because it's been 2 years. Oh, there's a knock on there by the Titans on the Dolphins 30. And that's the number 4 of Puniu who pounces on it, and he gets just shy of the Dolphins 40 for the 0 tackle. Offload there by the Dolphins, and the player will get brought down on halfway for the first tackle. So can the Dolphins get points on the board before the half ends? As we're now just about over 6 minutes remaining. Dolphins now 45 away from their try line for the second tackle. They're going one-upmans. Oh, big hit there on the number 22 of Lewis Simmons. 40 away from the try line now. Third tackle for the Dolphins. I'll spread it out to the left-hand side here as it's the number 10 of Tom Gilbert. He gets an offload off, though. They're 30 away now. Oh, ball goes begging. And I think the Dolphins have ended up with it. I reckon it could be a set restart here, and it is. Would have been a knock on there by the Gold Coast, and they're doing offload crazies. Don't have to be doing this. It's still the 0 tackle as Jake Averillo gets brought down 10 metres away from the try line for the first tackle, so it wasn't a knock on. The number 21 here for the Dolphins, Sebastian Sewer, 10 metres away from the try line for the second. Dolphins trying to go up the guts here. There's Lewis Simmons now, about 5 short of the line here for the third. Dolphins spread it out to their left, trying to figure out what they're going to do with the ball, as it's Saleh. 5 of the line, 4th tackle for the Dolphins. They'll go to the left again. Oh, it's a knock on by Simpkins, who loses the not Simpkins, sorry. It's the number 17. It's Batten. Loses the ball. Simpkins is the 17 for the Titans. But again, another chance for the Dolphins. It goes begging with a mistake. Just very, very unfortunate now as the Titans. An attempted one-on-one strip. It hasn't worked here for the Dolphins. Will the Dolphins score in the next 4 minutes? I don't know. They just keep making mistakes, unfortunately. Titans of the third tackle kick as the Jacob Arillo gets brought down on the 20 for the first tackle with just about 4 minutes now remaining in this first half. And they're just trying to find a way. Cobbo now gets brought down on the Dolphins 40 for the third tackle. Ball's popped out and it's a penalty for the Dolphins. So this should be possibly one of the last real chances the Dolphins have for scoring points in this first half. So we'll just see what happens here. The ball gets kicked out on the Titans 40. It's a run up the guts here by the Dolphins. It's the number 19 of Rasmussen. Dolphins trying anything to try to get points on the board here as Ponyu gets brought down 20 metres away from the try line now. Second tackle. With now 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Dolphins trying to find a gap. They get brought down. Third tackle. 10 metres out. Out to the left-hand side here. They're trying to get out to the wing, but a great wrap-up tackle there on Batten. And Batten gets brought down 5 out on the far left-hand side for the fourth tackle. The Dolphins just trying to find a way to break through this line. They get held up 10 out now. Last tackle for the Dolphins. They spread it to the middle. Kick to the right-hand side. There's pressure on the Titans. It's a brilliant take. But Taumapea, and he had to get held there because he would have just run away with it. But this will probably be one of the last full sets for the Titans this match's first half. And they're now to the 30 for the second tackle as we're now about to go through to the second. 2 minutes remaining. Titans players are starting to be a bit slow here, so we could see a bunch of changes happening at half time. Last tackle, they get onto halfway here, the Gold Coast. They'll fling it out as that is Harrison who takes the kick. Doesn't get as far. It's taken on the 20. And it's a broken tackle there by Nafau. And he gets brought down. So this will be possibly the final full set the Dolphins have, unless something happens as Cobbo gets brought down inside of the 30 for the second tackle. As we're now 90 seconds remaining in this half. But again, the Dolphins are just not finding the lines of being able to break through here. Big offload off. Oh, big possible line break down the line here. This is the number 4 of Pony who gets to the Titans 40. Now 40 out, now fourth tackle. Simons gets brought down on the Titans 30 now. 30 out, last tackle. A minute to go as the Titans will get one more full set. Kick high up in the air inside of the 10. And De Groot. And it's a tackle without the ball penalty. So the Titans will get the field position. But I reckon they just let time run out because they've got 40 seconds remaining. So probably take up a couple of tackles. And that should be it for the first half. Because, yep, Jalen De Groot does get taken when he's up in the air trying to get the ball. But, yeah, this is a very surprising half. Kick into touch is around the 25. So 10 seconds remaining. They'll just get about 1 or 2 hit-ups here. So after an interesting half of football, the Gold Coast Titans, as the siren sounds, the Titans at halftime are 10-0 up, despite a very strongly named Dolphins 13 to start this match. And Kate's kind of correct. They have been suffocated, to be honest. It's kind of mental to think. But there we go, 10-0 to the Titans, and we're now at half-time. We're just going to have a look at some of these stats here, because I think it's very important. So we see there's the try scorers of Lachlan Ilias and Mawika Fodawaker. Possession, as you see the completion rate, 86% for the Titans, 60% for the Dolphins, 12 out of 20 completions. Not exactly the great attacking runs, 13 more by the Titans, and it was a lot worse than this, but 820 run meters for the Titans, 653 for the Dolphins. Post-contact meters, still, I think the stats have been making this look, especially recently, like the first 10-15 minutes, the Titans were wiping the floor of them on the stats. But yeah, this definitely, since the halves progressed, it's making it a bit more favourable. Post-contact meters, 287 to 236. Line break each, tackle breaks. Kick return meters, 10 meters more. Average set duration, about 5. Offloads, that's 5 offloads for the Titans and 3 for the Dolphins. So we'll just get that written down. Receipts, total passes, dummy passes. Trying to find an absolute mental stat. A lot of missed tackles so far this game. 21 for the Dolphins and 15 for the Titans. This is what's been killing the Dolphins, but 8 errors to 3. Just been very unfortunate. So if anyone hasn't seen the score, yeah, there you go. Because I know some people are probably looking. How many toes do I have? I've got all of them, but I don't know if anybody wants to know about this. I've got no nails on my big ones. No, I'm not showing it because I know that's getting screenshot and put on WikiFeet because I don't want that happening. But yeah, I still got all my toes, unfortunately. Why am I saying unfortunately to that? That's fucking weird. This is Cooper Bai in the field. I think he's been on the field the entire game so far. He's been going quite well. But yeah, he has been pretty prevalent. He almost went over in the lead up to Mawika Fodawaker scoring in like the 12th minute. So yeah, I believe he's been on the player stats. It actually shows who's been on the field and who. Yeah, this one's Cooper Bai. I know it's probably not showing all of it, but yeah, Cooper Bai's been on the field for 40 minutes. So have the Titans not made any change? The Titans haven't made a change. Well, this is going to be interesting. Can Dolphins come back? They certainly can. It's only a 10-point margin, and they started making a lot more even when the Dolphins started making subs because they've got 28 players in this squad. So yeah, they definitely have the capacity because realistically, the Dolphins just need one chance to score and then they're immediately in a very close proximity. So pretty much the ultimate important thing for the Dolphins is they get the first try in the second half. Because if they don't, then momentum could be a bit of a pain in the bum for them to try to catch up. But I mean, yeah, the Titans, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. Actually, whilst we are here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack up a little cheeky poll, if I can find it. Let's just do this here. So we can start a poll here. Is who scores first in the second half? as we've got a couple of minutes until the start of the second one, we can ask you, because you're already in the Dolphins, Titans. There we are. If anyone wants to have a crack at that poll of how they think of, do the Titans score first or do the Dolphins do? I guess we'll just find out and see. But no, this has been a very impressive piece by the Titans. And again, yeah, it very much, you should say, it is still a trial. But I mean, just trying to see here where most of the views are coming through here. That makes complete and utter sense. But yeah, it's just one of those weird little inklings there. If not, if the Gold Coast suffocate the Dolphins even more, could be a possibility. It could happen. Of it being more so of a but yeah, it's just, this is it's unparalleled to say the very least. It just sort of scares you. It scares you in a little bit, but yeah, obviously you got the Titans now still yet to make a sub of their 25-man team list, so they've still got 12 other players to come on, whilst the Dolphins have started making more of their substitutions earlier. But yeah, the Dolphins now in the sheds just getting the vote. We do have a vote now in, and we've got one person saying the Dolphins will score first. Does anyone agree to that? Has anybody else got a vote in the poll? Starting to get a little bit warm because the laptop I have, which is a gaming laptop, it blows out hot air like it's no one's business. But what's everyone's thoughts on this rivals thing? Obviously, like Union, League, and Aussie rules against each other, because I've just seems like a little boring Survivor. Like this would have been cool if they had it like a little bit of an implication of possible death in this. But yeah, it's just, you just don't really know. So just a couple of minutes away now as but this bit has been a good sort of match, kind of like in a similar vein of the match between the Dolphins and the Titans, the Knights and the Dragons. It's been like sort of close. No one's really just running away with it. It's like, okay, so it's players like fighting for their position, which we probably could see more of this in the second half. But yeah, I feel like if the Dolphins can make the changes, I reckon they can run out to win this. But I mean, with the Titans where they're going, they could form a formidable stopping. So it's just, yeah, you just don't really know. But yeah, you just don't really know as we're getting close. Just trying to check on like a couple of things, but because we've got the dual stream going on. It is rather interesting of this because we have seen but it's just a little bit weird. So we're just almost there for the start of the second half. It'll be interesting to see what kind of changes the Titans do make, because I think it was about 10 minutes remaining in the first half was when the Dolphins were making a whole heap of theirs. So, okay, another vote's come in. Again, it is the Dolphins on who they think will be the first team to score in the second half. And I mean, they wouldn't be out of it if, say, the Titans do get the first try, but it's just a little one of those types of ordeals where they just got to try to switch on. Because if it goes to, like, say, a 16-0, then it's a little bit more difficult for them. But if they just get a try, they'll basically be within, like, scoring another one and either leading or drawing the game. So, yeah, you just don't really know. Yeah, I'm just leaving a look on the stream, yeah. Do you see the Cowboys and Bulldogs? Cowboys held off a Dogs comeback to win 34-10. Well, it's gonna be a tricky one to say the very least. You just don't know. That's gonna be hard to tell. But yeah, that could also be something that happens. But I feel like if the Dolphins were to get on a roll, I think they win this. If they don't, then the Titans win. Which is, I know it's a bit of a nah-dah type of statement, but I just think that's how it is. Okay, Felice Kafusi is now on the field for the for the Dolphins, I think. Yep, there he is. The rain is starting to really bucket down right now. So, there is that. I think Titans, yeah, it's fair, Cade. Yep, the rain's probably coming in, so this could be the great equaliser. So we're in the poll here, and with 3 votes, all 3 have tipped the Dolphins to score the first try. Tom Flegler is on the field. 100 games of NRL, first time on the field in just under 2 years. He is now starting this second half. Dolphins will be kicking off. They will be running screen right, with the Gold Coast Titans getting first possession of the ball. Would you rather watch the Wallabies in the final or the Kangaroos? It's an interesting question, Max, as Dolphins kick off towards the Titans. And, they try to stop it with their foot and they get them brought down inside the 10. I guess I'd rather say probably the Wallabies because of how... I mean, it's like genuinely the Kangaroos haven't missed a Rugby League World Cup final since the first final, which was in like the 50s. So I guess I would probably more so rather see the Wallabies in. One of the Dolphins players down... long while to get back up there, as the rain is definitely making a lot of effect here, as only 20, I said 30, not 10. Yeah, gotcha. Offload there for the Titans is just shy of halfway. And there'll be the last tackle kick, as this is the... You know it's bad when on like the main hard cam, big bounce forward there by the Dolphins who let it kick. They let it bounce. I'm mixing up my words, but it's I should probably have this refreshed up, shouldn't I? As the Dolphins now get to the 30 for the second tackle. I feel like one of these days I might actually end up having a stroke on here, but yeah, on the hard cam you can straight up see the rain. See, that's you know it's bad when that happens. Now it's the number 16 there. Matthew Milson gets past halfway for the fourth tackle. Here's Flegler, who gets the pass off, and the Dolphins are going down line. That's a big stopping tackle there by the Titans. Kick into the gap, and Jalen DeGroot's gone up for it. The Dolphins have batted it back, but the Titans have gotten the ball from that. So it's another chance that's gone a little bit begging for them. Sorry about that. The Titans now, second tackle, just shy of halfway. But this will be the third one, and they will get past it. 45 away from the try line now, as we're now 2 and a bit minutes gone in this second half. The Titans now trying to spread it off to their left. Get brought down. I think it's Iramia. 35 away from the try line now, fourth tackle. The Dolphins now trying to hold him back, as that's the number 11 for the Titans, Howe. Getting an offload off, and they've held back for the last tackle. 30 out now for the Gold Coast. There's the kick by Harrison to the right-hand side. And as that's taken by, I believe it's the number 16 for the Dolphins, and Matthew Milson, who is now playing as acting fullback. I was about to say, he's got a little bit of those leg compression things, and it's like, what did Averillo do? But yeah, the good defense here by the Titans to hold the Dolphins back. It's the third tackle, and they haven't even gotten past their own 20-meter line yet. They have now with this tackle. As the camera's now looking at Flegler now back on the field. Wouldn't that be amazing to see if he gets a try? Here he goes. He gets the ball, gets an offload off, and the Dolphins could spread it here. If they kept going to the left there, they probably could have broken through. But they get brought down on their own 40-meter line now for the last tackle. Kafusi ends up with the ball on the last. They're running down the left-hand side, and the passing goes begging, and it's going to be a knock-on by the Dolphins, who give up possession, as the Titans will get the scrum on their 40-meter line. But it looks like there may be a HIA discussion here. Hang on, they've paused the clock. Their captain's challenging it. So the Dolphins are claiming a late tackle penalty caused by the Gold Coast. Now, I'll have to explain what we're seeing, because, not hard to say why. So, is there a late tackle here? Yeah, there is. It's a big shot after the pass is gone, and that is a little bit after the pass happens here. So, we could see a possible sin bin for the Titans here. This could be a sin bin, because it's a big shoulder hit. It's a late tackle, late hit. So Captain's Challenge is successful, but he's going to be on report. So I feel like if it was a little bit later, it would have been a sin bin. So not a shoulder charge by the Titans. Tony Francis, the number 21, and it's going to be a penalty to the Dolphins, who now have a very big chance here to get the first try in the second half. 30 metres out, full set of 6. Kafusi here takes the hit up. It's like, I have to mostly check through the numbers here, because I got a list of all the numbers and the players of who it is, but you can immediately tell who Felice Kafusi is. As that's Flegler. Shooting baskets, Titans. 15 out now. Second tackle from the Dolphins. They're trying to spread out to the right. It's the number 14. That is not Felice Kafusi. That must be another number. Dolphins go down the short right-hand side. As that's Punia. Just shy of the line here. Fourth tackle now for the Dolphins. They'll spread it down into the middle of the field. Kafusi gets wrapped up now 10 metres out. More central to the field here. And that ball's popped out. And it's going to be a loose carry by Kafusi. I mean, I don't know what he was trying to do there. And it's another chance gone begging for the Dolphins as the Titans regain possession on their 10-metre line. He's got one hand on it. He's like coming in trying to grasp it. It just popped it out. Silly Billy. There's a Silly Billy there from... But, okay, 5 minutes now gone in this second half. Titans get the ball as a scrum. I try to bring Dolphins back in it. It would be bad for the Titans. It definitely would be in terms of a momentum swing, yeah. But if the Titans were able to score, then this will become interesting. As that's the Jalen de Groot. He gets brought down inside of the 30 for the first tackle. This is showing a camera footage of, I believe, the Toby Farnworth. The Dolphins trying to keep the Titans at bay. The Titans are getting some decent post-contact meters. They're almost on halfway for the fourth tackle. And it's a ruck infringement, as we saw Daniel Saifidi. So a full set of 6 here for the Titans with about half the field they need to get. So that's Cleese Haas here. Gets brought down 35 metres away from the try line. So we're now 6 minutes gone in this second half. Big rough-up tackle there by Gilbert. Gets brought down 35. Titans get brought down 35 away from the try line for the third tackle. Big run up the guts here by Bradbury. He gets brought down 25 away for the fourth tackle. Titans go down to the left-hand side and the pass goes begging and it gets picked up and we've got a running race. They've got support here by the Dolphins as they're trying to run down the right-hand side, but there's Titans swarming and he gets brought down to number 26 it's Tyrese Tate. He gets brought down 10 away and it's held up preventing the play. It's a professional foul and just like that, the Titans are down to 12 men as Jalen de Groot has been sent to the bin. Is it Jalen de Groot? It is Jalen de Groot who has gone into the bin here. This is a massive chance here for the Dolphins to reassert themselves into this game. 7 minutes gone in the second half. A professional foul penalty by the Titans has seen fullback Jalen de Groot into the bin. So first tackle here, Flegler gets brought down 5 metres short of the line for the first tackle. The Dolphins trying to find a gap. They've gone all the way out to the right, and it's a 6 again. Penalty. Yep, they've gone back for the penalty, despite the ball going out from the pass, so it's a penalty to the Dolphins. Low scoring match so far, definitely, but it could open up here with this sin bin. But here we go. Inside the 10 metres penalty conceded by the Titans. So another 10 metres out. Full set of 6 here for the Dolphins. Puna tries to go himself and he'll get wrapped up about a metre short from the line here for the first tackles. We're now 8 minutes gone in this second half. And it's another set restart. Flegler gets brought down 10 metres out from the try line. Central to the field here. First tackle now of this new set. The Dolphins now trying to get a play through, but they're going to get drawn back here. About 5 metres now. 15 out on the left-hand side now. Second tackle here for the Dolphins. Really good Titans go here. 5 metres out now. Third tackle for the Dolphins. Can they finally get over with a try? Gilbert gets brought down 5 metres away from the try line now. Fourth tackle. The Dolphins spread it out to their right-hand side. Trying to go himself. He's wrapped up a metre short of the line here. Last tackle now for the Dolphins. They've gone to Flegler. Is he over? No, he's held up. Oh, that would have been a fantastic story. But what defensive resilience there by the Titans with a man down. Man, imagine if Flegler scored. Cleese Haas coming in with about 4 other Titans players to prevent that from happening. And now this will be a big defensive set here needed by the Dolphins. And it's going to be, they're going to drag the Titans player right into the goal mouth and it's going to be a goal line dropout straight away. So this will be an interesting question here. Do the Titans go for a short dropout? Or do they just boot it? I reckon they do something that what the Titans did earlier. They type of squib it along the ground to the point where a Dolphins player tries to pick it up and they drops it. About 20, 30 metres out is what I think they should do. No, it's a high kick for the chop. Oh! It's a double knock on and it's going to be Titans ball. No, it's a penalty to the Dolphins. He's offside. Could have been a chance there for being Titans ball from the Dolphins knock on. But it's going to be, it's inside the 10 penalty. An offside, yep. So 10 metres out, full set of 6 again for the Dolphins. Can they break through? Now it's to the number 19 of Rasmussen. 5 out now for the first tackle. The Dolphins now trying to get into the middle. They've got the numbers that they could try to spread it, but they can't really. As Nafahu gets brought down 5 metres short of the line now for the second tackle. It's been 4 penalties for the Dolphins so far this half. And a pass through. Dolphins again. They're just being held up on the line by the Titans here. Third tackle. Flat ball to Flegler. And that's it. Thomas Flegler. I believe it's 637 matches. 637 days since his last match in the NRL. And he's finally gone over. And it's 10-4 with a kick to come. And the kick's right near the upright. So it's going to be 10-6. And that is what the Dolphins needed. Was a first try in the second half. And it took a couple of minutes, a little bit, with the man advantage. But they finally gone over. But what a story there for Tom Flegler. Yeah, it's 630 plus days since his last NRL game. What a story. Nerve transplant therapy, like that's imaginable, but what a story there. What a story for Flegler. But yeah, what a big moment there for the for Tom Flegler, and this big moment there for the Dolphins. Now we've still got about 5 minutes or so with the man advantage, so they could just quickly take this momentum and quite easily take the lead in the next coming of plays. So here is the conversion attempt. This to make it a 4-point gap, and it's 6-10. Dolphins score and bust past the Titans defense. I mean, Flegler, if he's on your line, he's going to be a very hard man to stop. So there we go, 10-6 for a margin of 4, 27.5 minutes remaining in this matchup. But it's great positioning there by Tom Flegler. I think it's just brilliant to see, though. So you've got the kickoff there from the Dolphins as we're now trying to get some momentum. I think there's still about 4 or so minutes remaining. That's all good, Logan. It's 25 out now from the from the start. Dolphins now getting some breaks through here. Oh, almost an brilliant offload. It gets picked up there. 4-point game for the Titans, isn't it? It's not really, yeah, and the Dolphins just playing a lot better now as their 4th tackle now. They're 45 away from the try line now. Dolphins now just trying any other way. As Flegler now almost breaking through. He gets brought down about 35. For some reason this hasn't updated for being 6-10, but last tackle kick high up in the air by the Dolphins. Gets onto the 10, and it's a great take there by the number 21 for the Titans, Tony Francis. I think some of the subs are starting to come in here for the Gold Coast. Just going to have a quick check to see when the Symbian 46. So at about a minute or so is going to be when Jalen DeGroot comes back onto the field. Anyways, fourth tackle here for the Titans. They're only gone up to their 30. And the Titans only getting to their 40 for the last tackles. We're now just over 25 minutes remaining in this matchup. You got to think the Dolphins got on momentum as the kicker for the Titans has been taken out, but nothing's been played at yet. As that's the number 26 by the Dolphins of Tyrese Tate, who gets brought down just shy of the 30 for the first tackle. I checked on the NRL briefly to see, and it's still 10-4 the Titans. Yeah, for some reason, the live scoring thing hasn't been that switched on. It's been a little bit late, but there we go. Now it switches on. It takes a little bit. Who's the try scorer? JCU. So the try scorer for the Dolphins was Thomas Flegler in his return game, as the Dolphins quickly getting down the field. They're only 30 metres over the try line to set restart. And the try scorers for the Titans was Lachlan Ilias and Mawika Fodawaker. 15 away from the try line now. First tackle from a new set for the Dolphins. This to tie the score. And they're spreading it out down the guts. Run straight through the middle. That's what they've needed to do. And they get it done. It's the number 27 for the Dolphins, Zach Garton. And now it's 10-all with a kick to come. And the try was scored right next to the posts. So this will be 12-10 to the Dolphins. But yeah, Dolphins definitely needed that. There we go. Now we're switched. Now we're cooking with gas. Passing it out. But yeah, just brilliant. Big gap opened up there from the running support of Thomas Flegler. But yeah, try confirmed. It's now 10-10 with a kick to come. Should be 12-10 now to the Dolphins. So, and they're still about a minute or so away from De Groot coming in. So De Groot was able to get that. They'll have another break soon. That is true. Yep. Thank you, Stephen. You are correct. Tani Dick, it was the number 27 for the Dolphins, Zach Garton, who scored. But yeah, you are correct, Stephen. They will have another drinks break in about 3 minutes' time. Which player Zach Garton, number 27 for the Dolphins, has made it 10-all. Other try scorers for the Dolphins, it was Thomas Flegler. And the try scorers for the Titans was Mawika Fodawaker and Lachlan Ilias, who got the first try of the match. Now, this conversion attempt, from pretty much nearly right in front, Callum Bowles, number 23. This to make it 12-10 to the Dolphins. It goes through, and it's 12-10. The Dolphins have the lead for the first time this matchup, with 23 remaining at Redcliffe. See if it does refresh, because this has taken a little bit, the score, to update, but you can trust me, it's 12-10. Just trust me, lads. But there we go. Good signs here for the Dolphins youth, as we're just waiting now for the Titans to get a kickoff. So if the Dolphins get another try before this drinks break, that's going to be very important. Here's the run-up charge there by the Dolphins. And they get brought down on the 20 for the first tackle. And there's Zach Garton, the try scorer, who eventually led to the Dolphins taking the lead. Just inside the 30 now for the second tackle. Now 22 and a half minutes remaining in this match, actually. I can't be seeing this Gold Coast gave up their lead. It's like, then again as well, you got to... here we go, Jalen De Groot now on the field. So the Titans now back up to 13 players. Because, I mean, to be fair, like with the sim bin, that definitely would have affected things. Last tackle, Dolphins 40 out from their try line. It's a high kick. It's going to be pressure on... Oh, it's been knocked backwards by the number 24 for the Titans. It was Brenton Byra. And, massive knock-on spillage. And this is... What do you think of the Knights? Rex are going. They weren't too bad in the trial. It's just they made a bunch of mistakes, which just really just led them to them losing the game. But it's a captain's challenge here, but it's a possible knock-on by the Titans 10 metres out from the try line, so a huge chance for the Dolphins to get another try, but there is a captain's challenge here. It's a challenge by the Titans. I wasn't able to hear exactly what they were reviewing, but we'll have a look. So it's the number 24. It was Byra going for it. It bounced backwards. Then Fayamani picks it up. And he's running around, and then he runs into two Dolphins players. And then we don't know. I think they're trying to say if it was a strip or it was a loose carry. Or is it... Is it just trying to drag him back in for the tackle? I think that's a loose carry. No, they called it a strip. Okay, they said that Toby Batten has stripped it, so it'll be a penalty for the Titans. That's very important for them to try to get some of their momentum back on their favour. That was rather close, but wasn't, yeah, like I said, wasn't exactly 100% like a regular strip, but pretty decent call there by the referee, so the Titans will get the ball inside of their 30. So we're now first tackle, so Dolphins got the tries from the Simbins, but we'll see if the Dolphins can continue this momentum, or can the Titans just slow it down. Titans now past halfway now, 40 away from the try line now for the third tackle. Dolphins trying to go, Titans are trying to go up the guts here as Max Bradbury. 35 over the try line for the fourth tackle. Big run up the guts here. It's the number 23 of Phoenix Steinwade. 25 away from the try line now for the Gold Coast. Last tackle. They'll go to the left-hand side with a high kick. There's a couple of runners here from the Titans, but it's taken well by the Dolphins inside of the 10 now, as we're about to enter the final 20 minutes, which there will be a drinks break, so probably be at some point, but it's a penalty to the Dolphins for a high shot. Will there be a drinks break probably following this kick? We might be. Yeah, a bit of a high shot there by the Titans number 18, Kyle Pickering. Yep, there will be a drinks break. So drinks break now, 20 and a half minutes remaining in this matchup. 12-10 to the Dolphins, and the Dolphins have now just got a penalty to get them around halfway. Possibly if they get a good, decent kick on them. So yeah, we're just waiting now for this drinks break and then to get back into the action. So yeah, just waiting now for the restart of the game as the drinks have now happened. There's the high kick. But the Dolphins didn't get really that far on the kick. They only made it to their 30, so it's about a 10-meter kick. And now they will get wrapped up inside of the 40 for the first tackle. So we're now entering the final 20 minutes of this match. But again, the Titans holding them firm here at the moment. Can we watch? Fortunately, I can't show the game. If you try to watch on if you try to find somewhere on kick. Maybe they might be having someone there, but yeah, unfortunately, I can't show the game because then the NRL immediately comes in and just bashes the absolute piss out of me, unfortunately. So, good defensive set here by the Dolphins, by the Titans, sorry. They've only made the Dolphins get about 30 or so metres. They only get up to the Titans 40. This will be the last tackle kick. Out to the right-hand side. Taken just shy of the goal mouth as the Titans get wrapped up inside of the 10-metre line for the first tackle. But yeah, the Titans haven't really had much of the ball so far this half. It's all been a bit of a mentality surrounding both, I guess, the momentum of the match in a way. Fourth tackle now, the Titans only getting about 20 metres so far. They're on their 30. And this will be the last tackle. And they've only gone about 25 metres. They're just shy of the 40 now for the last tackle. Potential 40-20 attempt here. But it gets immediately taken straight away by the Dolphins. And Jake Averillo gets brought down on the... Matthew Milson, the commentator, stuffed me there. So Titans now needing another big set of defence. Second half, tackles inside of opposition 20. The Titans haven't been there yet, whilst the Dolphins have been, I think it's about 18, they said. Third tackle now, the Dolphins are 45 away from the try line. Had to restart the play there. That's the number 28 for the Dolphins as they're using all their players. There's Jack Finnegan. 40 out now, fourth tackle. The Dolphins, can they find another gap as Sewer gets brought down 30 away from the try line? Last tackle for the Dolphins. It's a high kick up in the air. There's a lot of chases. And it's taken by the number 24 of Brenton Byra. He gets brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle. And the Dolphins just need to... I don't know. It feels weird. It's now started easing out. It's a bit more running of the sets, as you will. As the Titans now at the 40 for the third tackle. It's a quick set, but now the Titans are already past halfway here for the fourth tackle. Spinning it out now down into the middle. It's the number 20 for the Titans, Sharpley. It's 35 away from the try line now. Last tackle for the Gold Coast. It's a high kick up in the air by Harrison. It looks too deep, and it's falling through the arms for the Titans. It's a bit bobbled through, but it's going to be a penalty to the Dolphins for offside from the kick. Dolphins are keeping the Titans at bay. Yeah, definitely seems like it's more of if any team was going to score next, it's more than likely going to be the Dolphins because it's just not much red as Flegler now off the field. And the kick from the Dolphins gets to their 30 for the new set. 16 minutes now remaining in this matchup. Could be a possible little grandstand finish here, which is a bit weird to say, but it possibly could happen. Dolphins now on halfway for the second tackle. So less than 16 away. Titans don't have enough force behind their runs and attack. That is definitely true, Cade. Just saying, if anyone's got that current force, it is the Dolphins are now 30 metres away from the try line now for the fourth tackle. 15 and a half remaining in this game. Run from dummy half here. They've got an offload. If they get another one, they can't. As Jack Finnegan gets brought down 10 metres out. Last tackle for the Dolphins. It's a kick there by Noah Fiend out to the right-hand side. Going to get battered backwards. The ball's popped up and the Titans have ended up with it. There's no stopping. So it will be Titans ball. It's a 0 tackle, so it's a 7 tackle set here the Titans have. And it's going to be a penalty to the Gold Coast for a possible strip there by the Finns. Less than 15 away. Now they need to go for a big, decent kick. And the ball will go out just shy of halfway for the full set. We're just shy now of halfway. And the Titans now. First tackle now. They're right on halfway. 14 and a half now remaining. Titans just need to survive this attack. Definitely true, but the problem is that they need to score a try. But this could be a set where the Titans do it. 25 out now from the try line. Third tackle for the Gold Coast. Trying to spread it through the gut. There's a line break. They've gone down the left-hand side, and the Titans will score. Number 22, Dean Iramia. And just like that, after soaking up all of that pressure, the Gold Coast Titans have scored. It's 14-12 with a kick to come. But there we go. The Gold Coast Titans now in front. Just a good flat pass to break the line. And they get the offload off and down to the left. And it's just right there. Dean Iramia, no one around him, gets the try. And after being on the back foot for almost the entire second half, the Titans now 2 points ahead, and with a conversion from the sideline to make it a possible 4-point lead. So here we go. Less than 13 remaining. Could the Titans hang on for what would be a pretty impressive win? We would need a massive amount of tries, though, if this was to be a big win, I guess, in some extent. Here we go. Kick from the sideline attempt. This to make it a 4-point lead for the Gold Coast. He's hit it. We can't see through the lens flare. He's missed it. Is Cobbo playing? Let me have a look for you, Anzi. I believe he's still on the field. So it's 14-12 now with 12 minutes remaining after a missed kick. We'll look at team player stats. Is he on the field? Yep, Cobbo's still on the field. So it looks like he's been on the field the entire... I don't know. I don't think they've actually kept the stats going, so we actually have no real clue. Unfortunately, Anzi, so he might be on the field, but I think he probably is more so off it as the Titans get the kickoff. Reef, thoughts on Toby Batten? Toby Batten, the 17. He's actually been all right. He's especially since when the Dolphins made the first initial subs, he's definitely been a helping hand in them getting the momentum forward eventually to getting their 2 tries. So he's definitely been all right. There's been a lot of players I'm been pretty keen on after watching this. Third tackle now for the Titans. Have gone past their own 40 for the third tackle. They'll get to halfway for the fourth. But where's this fire? Where's this urge going to come from for the Dolphins to possibly snatch a winner? As the Titans now 30 away from the try line now. Last tackle for the Gold Coast. They'll kick off to the right-hand side. Running in. That's a knock on. Titans will still have the play. You have a full set. You don't need to go offload crazy here, lads. You're 10 metres out. 10 metres. You're 5 metres out now, and there's a 0 tackle. So a 7-tackle set here for the Titans for a chance to extend the lead. Lads, you can keep passing. You can break the line. You should have passed to your winger, you selfish boy. First tackle now. Iramia was right there with all the space in the world. Run from dummy half. Stop doing offloads. It's only the first tackle, lad. They get another offload off regardless of that. The Titans are going to go for the corner. And he's through. It's the number 23 for the Gold Coast. It is Phoenix Steinwide. And it's just like that. It's now 18-12 with a kick to come. And the Titans now have a chance to go over a converted try lead. Wow. Steinwide's been really impressive here for the Titans. Did Cobbo score the try? No, it was Thomas Flegler and Zach Garton who got the 2 tries for the Dolphins. Steinwine gets the offload. I thought they were being a little bit offload crazy, but there you go. Steinwine now making it a 6-point lead. We're now going into the last 10 minutes of this matchup. Man, this is exciting. This is a mental. Steinwine, he just had a smile on his face. He knew he was going to score. It's just beautiful. Now Titans need to keep the Dolphins at bay for the last 12 minutes and a bit. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Cobbo's been a bit, I don't know, I haven't seen too much of Cobbo this match. It's, he's had like a couple of runs, but it's, I don't know because they don't want to risk him getting injured or anything, but I haven't really noticed that much of him this match particularly. Kick from the sideline now. He's missed the previous, Titans have missed the previous 2 from the sideline. Now, almost 9 minutes remaining. Can he make this an 8-point lead, 20-12? Here comes the attempt. He kicks it. He tries to get curled. There's going to be none of it. It's 0 for 3 from the sideline. It's going to remain 18-12. Bearing in mind, it should be stated, there is no golden point or anything. If it's a draw, it's a draw. So 9 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this match. It is 18-12 to the Gold Coast. Couldn't believe for saying that because it was like the Titans are paying like $4.20 to win this. Panthers winning it all this year. Harp, yeah, definitely. They realised, oh, okay, now we're just going to murder everybody. That's definitely a big possibility. Titans catch the kick right on the try line. Yeah, I reckon I reckon you're right, Kate. If the Titans just get one more, get another try, that's just the easiest way to put the game to bed. Second tackle now, they're on the 30, the Titans, and they're just going to keep one of them as they're not going to do anything rather silly, but yeah, the substitutes by the Dolphins have been out there for almost about 50, 60 minutes now. So they're absolutely knackered, and they're obviously not going to risk their star players, so this might just be how the game gets decided as the Titans now push into the Dolphins half and they get brought down 40 metres away from the try line. 8.5 to go. Last tackle for the Gold Coast. They'll kick to the right-hand side. Where do you think the Titans finish this year? I think they could push top 8. Like, I will admit, I did put them in predictions for getting the wooden spoon this year, which, I mean, obviously you're seeing this right now, but it's a bit like, oh, you're an idiot. But it's going to be hard to say. I mean, I do want to see the Titans do well. But it's, yeah, I reckon out of the top 4 is good progress, and with Josh Hannay now at the wheel. Dolphins now, they're just being held back here. This is the 4th tackle, and they're only at their 20-metre line. They've only gotten about 10 metres this entire set. 7 or 8, yeah, I'd love to see the Titans make the 8. Last tackle, only at the 25 metres. This has been a fantastic defensive result from the Titans as the Dolphins have just got nothing in the guts. Gold Coast Sports are cursed, but they have some great youth coming up. That definitely, because you got to think as well, this game has had no Tina Fasul Malawi, no Jaden Campbell. Just trying to think of other players. No Alafina Khan-Pereira. There's just a lot of good youth, and there's been a lot of people involved with the club because, you know, you got some stake in it by NRL grades like Matty Johns and Gordon Tallis and that. Titans now, 3rd tackle. They're 35 metres away from the try line. This could be the set that decides the matchup here. 25 away now, 4th tackle, under 7 minutes remaining in this matchup. Early kick and chase, there's no fullback about. There's going to be a lot of pressure, and they're going to get a goal line dropout out of it. Great eyes up footy as the number 23 for the Dolphins of Callum Bowles gets wrapped up and put in the goal mouth. So this will be interesting to see what the Dolphins do here, because even if they get the short dropout, they've only been getting about 20-metre sets. They need something big. They need to force a mistake by the Titans is what I think they need to do. And they are going to drill it down the field. It goes about 55 metres on the full as the number 19 for the Titans, Max Bradbury, picks it up. It gets brought down 35 metres away from the try line as we're now 6 minutes remaining in this matchup. what a thriller this game has been, even if the score's low. That's the thing. It's like, it's a good mix. It's like, it's been good offense, but it's also been really good defense. Like, there's a difference between really good defense and both teams just being incapable of scoring. 10 meters out now, third tackle. The Titans now, can they find a dagger blow to win this game? They need one more try to get the bonus point as well for 5 tries. Fourth tackle, 5 meters short of the line, as one of the Titans players in the ruck is being very slow to get up. Flat ball down the line, he gets held up over the line. And they'll go back to the 10 for the last tackle, as we're now 5.5 minutes remaining. Because there could be a possibility here. The Gold Coast Titans could be leading the pre-season challenge. Because I'm pretty certain, like, the other teams that have won, like the Cowboys and the Dragons, have only gotten like 13 points. Last tackle here for the Titans. They're going to go to their left-hand side. He gets wrapped up. And it's going to be a held-up tackle. The Dolphins will get the ball back inside of their 10. Okay, 5 minutes remaining. The Dolphins, they need a penalty. They need something to get down the other end of the field, as the Titans defense is driving them back inside of the 10 for the first tackle. Dolphins here just trying any way they can, but the Dolphins forwards are holding strong. Trying to find somewhere to break the line here, because even still, even if the Titans need a bit more urgency on the final 2 tackles, could cost them if they keep that up once regular season starts. That is true. The Dolphins are getting some meters, though. They're up to their 40 now for the 4th tackle. That could be an offside there a little bit, but the Dolphins not really showing much here. Dolphins have been driven back there behind their 40. So this will be the last tackle kick, and the Titans will get it inside of their 20. And they just want to get the more central. That's a very risky pass to be doing that. It's held on by the number 24 of Brenton Byron. He gets another offload. Lads, you don't need to be risking this. He's haven't even had a tackle yet in your set, and they get brought down. First tackle on their 40. But man, massive hospital pass to possibly give the Dolphins the ball like 20 out from the try line. But the Titans held on. Second tackle, they're on halfway. This could be the set that kills it. Attempt one-on-one strip, but the Dolphins can't get it. 35 out now. Third tackle for the Gold Coast. They're spreading it out to the left, but they can't get another offload off. Again, 35 out now. 4th tackle. 3.5 minutes remaining. Can the Titans hang on? They get brought down short of the line of the 20 now. Last tackle. They'll go to the left again. There's a run from the Titans. Going to get an offload off. They do. The ball is still going. The Titans just trying to find a way. The ball carrying arm has hit the ground. They're still going. Still the last tackle. A kick from the 9. It's an absolute shank. It's gone behind him, but it's gone to the wing. The wing has grubbed it, and it's picked up by the Dolphins, number 18. And it's a one-on-one strip. That is amazing play by the Titans. It could have been first tackle to the Dolphins, and now the Titans have the ball 10 meters out. That's just brilliant play. And now this could be the moment the Titans seal the win. 5 minutes out from the try line. Second tackle. The Dolphins trying somehow to stop this Titans onslaught. Simpkins now gets brought down just short of the line here for the third tackle. 2.5 minutes remaining. Can they find a line to break? Harris trying to break through, but he gets brought down 5 meters short now. Still in the middle of the field. 4th tackle. Trying to break through the line under the guts. And that's it. The Gold Coast Titans have scored under the black dot. And they have gotten the win. That is unbelievable. And quite possibly they could generally have the lead in the preseason challenge. Number 21 for the Titans, Tony Francis, with the one-on-one strip on Noah Fiend is brilliant awareness and has resulted in a try that will kill the game, and the Titans will get the win in this preseason challenge, and they will get a bonus point as well. They probably could get 2 more here. Drive over the line here for the Titans. It's just a brilliant play here. And for a team that was paying $4.30 to win and didn't have many, or if any at all, of probably 2 or 3 starting first graders have gotten the job done. And we'll see who did eventually get the try here for the Gold Coast Titans. It's number 15, Curtis Moran. And that's brilliant. And we got now just about 2 minutes remaining in this matchup. And man, the Dolphins basically need a miracle just to tie it. And the try was scored under the black dot. So this would just be a simple chip kick to make it 24-12. And it is the number 24 of Brenton Byro who takes the kick. And there we go. That will get the job done, surely, for the Gold Coast Titans. 24-12 with a minute 40 remaining. This is a brilliant result. I know it's only a trial. Believe me, I understand it is only a trial. But there's some good youth coming out of the Gold Coast. It's just lovely to see. Just lovely football. And there's the kickoff there, about a minute 17 remaining. They're going for somewhat of a short kick and only 30 away. But, yep, all the Titans really need to do is just play it simple. Man, they've chewed up about a minute of the clock, so, yeah, it'd be a miracle if the Dolphins were to get 2 tries within this final minute. The Titans just, no silly buggers, and they'll be home. Josh Hannay in his first competitive game, obviously formerly the Sharks assistant, and up against a starting style which pretty much was the Dolphins team that could be lining up in the NRL. But what a performance by the youngsters here, by the Gold Coast. And that's the thing, Dolphins only scoring points when when the Titans were down a man, as there is a knock-on by the Gold Coast right on halfway. But there's not really going to be that much charge here for the Dolphins to set the scrum, because it'll be about 10-15 seconds maybe at best. So here we go. There'll be about 1 or 2 tackles here for the Dolphins. The Dolphins will go out to the right hand side. I'll get wrapped up. $4 outsiders this team was, and this is the siren sounds. There we go. The Gold Coast Titans get the win against the Dolphins in a very impressive outlooking for the youth that the Titans have. It's a brilliant performance. What did you think of Jai Billish as a prospect? Just trying to zoom in on the Rising thing. Sorry, man. I'm just Jai Billish. Did Billish? Yeah. Oh, that's. I think pretty certain Jai Billish was. Yeah. I didn't get to see him in this game, unfortunately. Because he was in the squad. He was meant to be number 16, but he just, for some reason, just was dropped from the side. So I haven't got anything to see of him, but we'll definitely have to do the research. Apparently, Titans were paying $4. I'd love to have put money on. They were paying like $4.20 at one point in the lead up to their game, but. Okay, let's quickly go through. See how many bonus points the Titans got. So the Titans will get the bonus point for 5+ tries. Now, what about line breaks and offloads? So the Titans were close. They got 4. You need 5 to get the bonus points, so they were 1 off there. But both teams did get 10 offloads, so the Dolphins will at least get a point. But the Gold Coast Titans now at 14 points. See you, Cade. See you, everybody. But that means the Gold Coast Titans are now leading the preseason challenge. Thank you all very much for watching this in every way. If it was the horizontal or the... Yeah, it's 5 for the bonus. So, yeah, so the Titans got 2 bonus points for this matchup. So they'll be top of the table in the preseason challenge. Got a couple of other games coming on, but if anyone watches, thank you all for watching this, whether it's horizontal or vertical. We'll see what happens, but yeah, that was a good match, and hopefully see you around. We've got a stream tomorrow night for the Canberra and Storm game, and we've got the NRL All-Stars on Sunday. Don't watch from Double Alignment. You're going live for the Vegas rounds. I wish I was, but I've got my a couple of family members go, but I just wasn't able to get the money for it. But I will be streaming on here for that. So, yeah, thank you all very much for watching this, and I'll see you all around the